Championship final sprint race of season 8. With me are the top 3 of the feature race. Welcome guys, thank you for joining us during this qualifying session.
No problem. Hello.
Hello, well let's start with our race winner, Adam. First of all, congratulations on winning the race. Were you listening to us during the race? Because we were just discussing that for once you could try an undercut, and right at that point you turned into the pits. Did you hear us, or did you just react to Gaz?
Whatever Gaz did, I did the opposite.
Well, it seemed to work because you came out just in front of him, and well, what did you think when you got in front?
Well, I saw Benji was quite close as well coming out, so I was hoping that he would keep fighting Gaz so I could pull away slightly, which he did. So
yeah, that
Benji helped me out quite a bit.
That sure worked for you. Were you thinking about backing Gaz into Benji so he could try and overtake?
If it was a bit closer after the stops and I hadn't pulled away, I probably would have tried to help Benji, yes.
Hey.
After I'd got the gap, I just kept it.
Yeah.
Good team player already.
Well, you did a very good job that second stint. Pulled away, made a nice gap to the two guys behind you that were battling like mad. And well, it was still a good thing for both Gaz and Benji to still stay so close while battling. And well, Gaz, I think I have to congratulate you on a 5-time champion win.
Is it so, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
I think so.
I think so. I don't know exactly, but I think you have unless you don't finish the sprint race.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
it'll go down to the sprint race.
Is it not 5 or 6 points?
Okay, so it's not over yet. So
after the sprint.
So what did you think when Adam came out of the pits just ahead of you?
I thought, well, screwed that up.
Yeah, was it
it was one of those. On that lap, I was thinking door box, next, and then when I was coming up to the last couple of corners, I was seeing all 3 of them diving into the pits. I was like, I messed up because I knew the undercut would be so powerful compared to the old tyres. I was just hoping when I came out of the pit that Benji was just going to zoom past this turn 1.
Yeah, that was very close. And was it hard to keep hold Benji off for the rest of the race because it was so close?
Yeah, we both had a toe rope on the back of my bumper. Couldn't get rid of it. Oh, it's just
okay.
Close, isn't it? It's really hard to overtake. I mean, he did have a couple of goes at it.
Yeah, there was a couple of moments where there was contact, especially in turn 4, I think. There were a few bumps there.
Yeah, and then the hairpin after it.
Yeah, that.
Which was quite a big bump, but.
Yeah, that one was a big one. It was a good thing that you kept it on track. So, and what do you expect for the sprint race?
Probably gonna be like that. Bumping all over the place.
Very close, a bit of bumping here and there.
Some carnage.
Oh, it's never fun without a bit of carnage, really.
All right, and well, in third place we had Benji.
Hello.
Hello. Well, you looked very determined to pass Gaz. No pun intended. Was there anything you would have done, would have liked to do differently?
Well, on the final lap, I did want to have taken in the turn before the final turn, but he closed the door. So I tried at the final turn, but no chance. Apart from that, I was on the limit the entire time, so not much more I could have done.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, very well done. It is a very hard track to overtake, and this race was definitely proof of that, because, well, it looked like you and Adam were faster than Gaz, but yeah, you were just not able to make that move in turn 4. Well, what are your plans for next season, now that we know the driver lineup?
Still undecided on car as of yet, I believe, for me and Benji. Hopefully, we should have it wrapped up soonish.
Yeah, most drivers are probably making a decision this coming weekend. So, are there any favorites yet for a car?
The Mercedes AMG seems to be quite popular.
Yeah.
With a few drivers. I'm not sure really. There's still a lot of cars to try out.
Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see, and what car you will turn up for next season.
Announcement in due time. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for your time, and of course, good luck in the Carnage race. The sprint race. And well, maybe speak to you afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So meanwhile, we are about halfway through the sprint race qualifying session, and so far it is Jamie who is on pole. He did it in a 35.5, followed by Papano, 35.3 actually, and Papano did it in a 35.5, so he's currently in second. Rob is in third, so he managed to pick up a pace in the feature race and kept that pace for the sprint race. Then it is now Paul Scott in second place, just 900th of a second behind his teammate Jamie. So that's so far it's a lockout for their team on the front row. And here we are with Six, my co-commentator and teammate for next season, currently in 5th, but as you can see, it is all very close. It is just with 6/10 within each other. The rest of the guys are not able to qualify. That is Gunnar Gamble, that is Liam, that is Gaz, RDF1 Adam Morris, Milton Mann, and Boy Raxer, who disconnected, but I think we will probably see him return before the end of qualifying.
Yeah, I don't think his first public appearance was that traumatizing. As he has rejoined us to confirm that. 4.5 minutes. How was your first public appearance, Benjamin? And that That was the conversation.
And we have a new pole sitter. It's Papano. He did it in a 35 flat. So that's 2/10 faster than Jamie. Jamie, who is out on track. Just started his hot lap and tried to get back that pole position from Papano 92. Very well done by Papano, who is still in his rookie season. Hasn't raced a full season yet with the TNGTC, and if you watched the feature race, you probably heard that he is currently in the M6 and he will stay in the M6 for season 8, which will start in a few weeks. So Jamie is well on his way. Now coming through turn 6. And on to his way to the second chicane. And I have the chart, the map of the circuit with all its names. I'm not gonna call them because it's all French. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just call the numbers of the corner. And Jamie is... Oh, he did improve his lap time, but it's just not enough for a pole position. He is 26 thousandths of a second slower than Papano. He still has 2.5 minutes left, so there is still a chance for him to improve his lap. Here we are with Paul Scott. Just started his fast lap. And Seeks is close behind him, and Rob is also still out on track. So it is pretty close between these drivers, and these drivers are all on pretty much the race pace. The bottom 6 currently were over a second faster in the qualifying session of the feature race, but since this is a reverse grid, they are not allowed to qualify, so they will start at the back. And let's see, Paul is still in 3rd place. Even Papano got back out just to defend his pole.
Yeah, Papano's had a few front row starts this season in sprint races, but never had a pole. So it'd be a nice way to top his season at once.
Yeah.
Sprint race season.
Oh, and Paul Scott goes wide. Oh, definitely. He has shown quite the improvement. So he sure does deserve this pole. And with 34 seconds to go, it's going to be quite exciting. Jamie is almost done with his lap. Now that is his warm-up lap. So just before the checkered flag, he crosses the line for his fast lap. And Papano is out there. And qualifying is officially complete. Yep, and Papano calls it. Yes, he is now in the pits, and it is up to Jamie. Can he defeat Papano and reclaim that pole position? Paul is out there as well. going through the S's. But he spins out. So that is a third place for Paul so far. Rob is also in the pits now, and it is still Six who's out there. Crossing the finish line, up to third. Congratulations, Six. Well, it is third place.
I could have been on pole. Oh. It's a decent lap, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's the third place, that's nice. And Jamie goes through the final turn. Over the finish line. Nope, it's not enough. That's second for him. So that is Papano's first pole position. Very nice, very nice. That's a very good way to end the final sprint race of the season on pole.
Yeah, and he convert it into a win or a podium.
He could if he survives first lap carnage. Of course, there are a lot of fast drivers in this league, and it will be, yeah, well, how can I say it? A bit crowded, especially through the first chicane, turn 2 and 3. We could see some contact or maybe even some heavy crashes there. It would have been the first time in a sprint race, but we will see in about 2 minutes.
So it's one of the closer feature race, sprint race qualifyings.
Oh, sure, it was, yeah. Only 6/10 between the top 5. That's very close.
There's only 3 tenths between the top 4.
Yeah, so that's how you can see how close this league is. So as usual, 2 minutes before the start of the race, it's time for all the drivers to ready up and get their fuel settings right. So we had the feature race earlier, 26 laps. This is going to be the sprint race, 20 minutes of racing at the Bugatti circuit, 13 laps, which will start in about a minute. It is Papano on pole. Next to him is Jamie on the inside for turn 1. And we know that the Lamborghinis have very good launch modes. So we've seen from the times that Dean was on pole that he just rocketed away. If Jamie gets it right, he could be in first before turn 1. I don't know how the BMW launch is, but we will see in just a few seconds.
They've got
lights
the inside as well.
Lights are on, and there we go. It looks like Jamie has a good start. He is in front of Papano now for turn 1.
Oh, Dean's coming down the inside
there
quick.
There we go. Lamborghini's on the inside. And there we have, that's Gaz going through the track, and it is, that was some carnage in the back.
Liam's up to 4th, almost going for 3rd.
Yep, and there they are, but Paul is on the inside, so he keeps his 3rd position, and it is Jamie who is now in 1st place, followed by Papano. Liam is trying on the inside, but Paul blocks the door. Six is behind him, looking for an opportunity, and Adam is close there, so Going on the outside, inside for the next chicane. And there's contact between Seeks and Adam. But they both keep it on track. It's now 3 cars wide through that next corner. Adam backs off a bit. And there is a bit of a train there. It is Seeks, Adam, Ben, Gaz, Benji, and Rob.
Something that we got quite used to, the Seeks train.
The Seeks train. Yes, fastest train in the TNGTC.
The only train in the TNGTC.
And Adam got a pass on Seeks. And here we are, Ben is looking on the inside, but Seeks is blocking through turn 4, and Ben goes through the grass, loses position there, almost to Gaz, but Gaz is stuck behind Seeks. Ben on the outside, can't get through.
Thankfully, Ben's mistake saved me as well, because I ran out wide into the gravel.
Yeah, so that was some exciting moments, but no position changes there. Back in front, there's a small gap between the first 4 drivers, and then we have Adam catching up to Liam very quickly, so he will be at the back of his BMW in a couple of turns probably. And then we have Seeks followed by Ben, Gaz, and Benji. Are all wanting to go higher up that grid and see if they can catch Adam. Gaz, who is still leading the championship and is again in front of Benji. So it's another task for Benji to try to overtake him this time, and we have Ben spinning out at turn 2.
I don't know if that was caused by me. He'll probably say it was.
I didn't see it, and Seeks goes wide and side by side with Gaz now, but is on the inside and holds off Gaz, and Benji is on the inside now. On the outside for the next turn. Can he make a move? And Gaz goes... No, he's still too far off. Seeks still defending his 6th place.
Yeah, into turn 1, I took the inside, Ben took the outside. And I sort of just understeered out wide, and in the braking zone, Ben spun off. So I don't know if that was caused by me drifting into him or not, but I'm sure he'll have words with me after the race.
Yeah, knowing Ben, he probably will. Okay, and back in the front, it is pretty close. As expected, Adam Morris has...
Jamie's taking the lead. Oh no, sorry, he took the lead at the start, didn't he?
Yeah, he took it at the start. Jamie is still leading, and there is about a second between him and Papano. Adam has caught up with the top 4, so it's now a 3-car battle for 3rd with Paul Scott, Liam, and Adam Morris. Now coming through turn 4. Paul Scott going a bit wide there, and you can see Adam looking. Liam is going for the inside, and he made it through. So it's now Liam in 3rd place, goes a bit wide coming out of that turn, but is on the inside for the next one.
Meanwhile, Gaz has got past me at turn 4.
Yep, so Gaz got past.
Now Gaz will be looking to close on the group ahead and maybe sneak himself onto a podium.
Yeah, that's what he eventually wants, of course. But He still has quite a way to go, and it is Adam going on the inside, braking very late there, but made it past, and Adam is now in 4th place. So he can catch up to Liam again, and we'll get the BMW and Audi story all over again. We're currently in lap 5 of the race, and Gaz
on the straight.
is closing up on the top 5, and Benji is, yes, Benji is through, made it to 7th place, and is now on his way to catch Gaz and try to see if he can overtake him this time.
I really don't know what's happening, but I'm just getting mugged on the straight here. It's almost as if I'm on max aero compared to their nothing.
It could be a aero setting, of course.
I've not got it very high. That's what I don't understand. Well, yeah, Ben's catching me as well. Papano staying, keeping Jamie honest. 7/10 still.
We just got a comment from Gunnar Gamble on the live chat. He says this starting mid-pack ain't a lot of fun. No, it's usually a lot of carnage. So yeah, sorry to have lost you. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the race. It is Jamie still with about a 2nd lead to Papano, so he's not really moving away. Meanwhile, Adam is still close to Liam, with about 4/10 between the 2 drivers. And you could see that Paul was going very wide there, and Gaz is now on his tail, so he will be the next prey for Gaz and Benji. But then again, maybe Paul will hold up Gaz a bit, and maybe Benji can use that to his advantage.
Liam's into 3rd. Apologies if he's already done it.
Yeah, so, and Adam is catching up. He's very close now. Meanwhile, Paul is still in front of Gaz and Benji. Back to Liam and Adam coming through the final turns of the track, and as we enter lap 7, here we can see the BMW power. Liam moving away from Adam, but once they reach this part of the track, you can see that Adam is closing in very early, and he will probably use the same tactics as they were using before, going very much on the inside, where the BMWs go slightly more on the outside of the track. But Adam isn't able to get any closer so far. Meanwhile, Gaz has made it through and is now in 5th place, as well as Benji, but he is now on the inside for turn 6. Side by side through turn 6. Has slight contact, and Paul is back in 6th place. Benji flashing his lights. He was being pushed wide there, so he probably wants that position back, and he doesn't want to lose too much ground to Paul. Paul not giving way. And he was cutting that chicane, trying to catch Paul. Was not giving back that position. So that might turn into an issue on the Stewart's thread. As you can see here, Benji has a better exit coming out of the final turn. But Paul is defending.
Benji's on the inside now. This should make it stick.
Yes, Benji is through again on the inside of that turn 4. And meanwhile, Ben Milton is coming in closer to Paul. Paul's not giving up yet, trying to claim back that position from Benji, making a slight mistake coming into that hairpin, that tight right-hander.
Yeah, you find that the drivers at the front of the grid at the sprint race always fight a bit harder. They're so desperate to keep a position and keep the faster guys behind them, just as a scalp if anything, just to say, look, I still beat this guy.
Yep. Yeah.
And sometimes the faster guys don't like it, but when you're battling when you're trying to save a good position for yourself, it means a lot, especially when you're not normally that far up.
And
so you will stick your elbows out a bit more.
And if it is fair, you know, it is for position, so they are allowed to defend their position as long as it's fair. It's all good, and the faster guys might not like it, but that's racing. I mean, I still remember a race that I did at Laguna Seca in season 5, I think.
So Ben's just got past Paul. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, Ben is through, so Ben is now in 7th place. But I remember a race at Laguna Seca where I had a battle with Jamie for about 3/4 of the race. Yes, we saw some car on the grass there. It is Papano who spun, lost the position, and Gaz is now in 4th.
Big shame from 2nd as well, right? Only about a second behind Jamie. But
he was
Papano
so close.
First. And then back to your race at Laguna Seca with Jamie.
Yeah, I had Jamie behind me for, I think, about 3/4 of the race, and he was faster. He was a lot faster doing qualifying, but I think he spun somewhere at the beginning of the race, got behind me, and he couldn't get past me, even though he was faster. So it is all possible, especially at these tight and short tracks where it is very hard to overtake. And like I said, as long as it's for position, there's nothing wrong with that, and you can even really get a driver out of his rhythm by doing so.
Yeah, as Paul just proved with Benji just then, come back at him 3 laps in a row, I think it was.
Yeah, and Benji is now behind Papano, and Ben is quite close behind that. Ben is behind that. Benji was going for the inside. No, there was no room there. So, and meanwhile in the front it is Jamie leading the race, with Liam about 1.5 seconds behind him, and behind Liam it is Adam, and he is going for the kill very soon because you can see him
Benji's
looking.
Gone wide. I don't know if he got a bump from Papano, but Benji's gone off.
Yep. Benji is now back in 9th place. So whatever chances he still had of winning the championship are now gone. There's only three laps to go. So he will need a miracle if he wants to finish ahead of Gaz, because Gaz is now in 4th, closing in on Adam. And meanwhile, Ben is still caught behind Papano. Jamie still leading the race, 1.2 seconds ahead of Liam, and it is a battle for 2nd place with Liam, Adam Morris and Gaz. There is a bit of just a bit more space between those drivers than during the feature race, but it's still close, as you can see, with Benji going wide and losing 3 positions. Could happen to these guys as well. And now it looks like Adam is very close to the BMW in front of him.
I think Ben has just got past Papano as well.
Yes, Ben just got past, and Paul Scott is lurking. Papano going a bit wide through turn 3, but he's keeping the door closed in turn 4. And Liam has caught up a bit with Jamie, so it has now turned into a 4-car battle for 1st place, with only just under 2 laps to go. So it might get exciting in those last few corners of the race. And that was Liam cutting a lot through the 2nd chicane. Adam's not gonna like that, but he did get a lot closer because of that. And Gaz is still behind Adam Morris as they enter the final lap of the race. Jamie is still
Gaz will settle for this, I think. As much as he'll like to finish on the podium, I think Gaz will settle for this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's really pushing to get any higher up.
He'll be in a chat with Adam and Benji and Liam. So he'll probably know what's happened. And even if he hasn't, he'll see it on his app.
Yeah, and here we are with Ben Milden, still in front of Papano, who is going wide there through turn 5, but still has a small gap to Paul Scott. And here we are with Liam, and it's now half a second, but Adam is really close to Liam, and Adam is really looking for that 2nd place. But we all know from seeing that feature race that overtaking is quite impossible here, unless the driver in front of you will make a mistake. Through the final turn, as we switch to Jamie, and there it is. That is Jamie, Liam, Adam, and Gaz finishing. Ben in 5th, Papano 6th, just in front of Paul Scott. Then it's Benji who dropped down to 8th place after he was chasing down Gaz. Six ends as 9th, and Rob finishes 10th. So that is the sprint race. Jamie, who wins the race after he overtook Papano on before lap 1 and led the race ever since. So congratulations to Jamie.
Yeah, controlled it well.
That was a sprint race.
Pressures as well from the pack behind.
Yes, and with Benji's going wide, losing a lot of positions.
Might have got a touch, to be honest. I think he might have got a little bump.
That could have been, but either way, that was enough to bump him out of championship contention. So that means that now probably Gaz is 5-time champion in the TNGTC with only the endurance race next week to go, and he has now a lead of over 40, well, maybe over 50 points.
Yes, I would say so. Yeah, it was 40 points going into this week, into this race. So, I think he will be champion.
Yeah, I think it's just under 50 points for
Jamie's first win of the season, actually, as well.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah, that could be.
He's had a second and a third, but not a win.
I don't have any stats here, so that could be. So very well done to Jamie, and holding off Liam, who was slowly catching him. So that is it for the sprint race. It was we saw quite some close battles here. And
a lot more interesting in the feature race, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the upside of that reverse grid. The faster guys having to overtake a lot of just slower ones, but that leaves a lot of room for nice battles. So we will see you next week for the final race of the Thursday Night GT Championship by Race Department on Project Cars 2 for PS4. And we are powered by Next Level Racing. Next week we will be at Indianapolis, the road course. So that's the 2-hour endurance race. So prepare for that. Buy enough drinks and snacks for 2 hours of racing. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Seeks, for driving and co-commentating.
That's all right. Thanks for having me. And
well, probably see you next week in the onboard commentary booth.
Yeah, we'll need something to do to pass the 2 hours.
Yeah. All right. So once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.